All right. Good? Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Day 9.
That was good.
Yeah, good timing. Okay. All right, so we'll come back to you, I guess. Yeah. Okay, Tucker, typically you are an associate producer.
Yep.
But you don't seem like you're producing much anything.
Well, that's a really harsh way to put it. But after the initial start, there's not much for a producer to do. I've been trying to learn how I can contribute more to the project. So for the past couple days, I've been starting to do emote animations, which is nice because I went to school for animation. So getting to go back in there and do a little bit of animation has been really fun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that something you keep secret from everyone?
Yeah, it's like a shadowy past thing. I don't tell anyone about it. Yeah, it's been fun. But the best part is that Jared gave us butt controls. The very first time I got him in. See a little bit of subtle butt breathing right there. You know, it brings him to life, which is cool.
This Tucker check in his butt animations yet, Zach?
Oh god. You make butt animations? Oh great. Delete, permanent delete.
I just think it'd be a good opportunity. I think we can do it.
Chad and Matt, cool with that?
Cool with it? Okay.
Are we doing the simple version?
Very, very simple,
Okay.
super simple.
Yeah.
As
2
simple
health
as
version?
possible. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Made a crazy decision to do the water mechanic. Seemed like we could squeeze it in with our schedule, and so we're going for it.
So now, like the win condition is going to be you have to spray water on your opponent's kiln until it goes out?
Yes.
As opposed to just whacking it with a sword?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably makes more sense.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a really good idea. 'Cause, I mean, yeah, we could just smash them, but I think water is more interesting. So if we can do it, we should.
It was pretty late last night, and knew I had to make a call, and so I made a call, and so now here we are.
The balloon is still intact, so it was a good decision.
Yeah, yeah. Oh god, that'd be crazy if it just popped right now in my hands.
I will see. It is a bit of a changeover. Luckily, I was just starting on damaging the kiln and destroying it to make a victory or loss condition. So the fact that it's filled with water or fire now, and you put it out with water, it's a good time. It saves me from doing that, so it isn't a total loss.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's definitely heads down and crank.
That's fine.
So every second you get a tick, tick, tick. It's like of 100 water you get about 10 seconds fills you all the way up.
Nice. That sounds good.
The next bit is to get what button did you want to use for spitting it out? Obviously what I'm putting in is no visuals, just gameplay, debug UI. Jeremy will probably work on making it look cool.
I'm trying to make the spirits barf water. Oh, I'm actually moving the jaw, so I don't want to do that.
So there's an invisible water fountain volume where you get to fill up your guy. I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, look at that.
So it'll be like a fountain?
Yeah, there's a fountain. Yeah, Jared's making one.
I gave him like the worst concept art I've ever done ever. And I'm like, here, can we do something like this? And he like made the coolest thing.
Yeah, I'm starting
Sweet.
on water stuff already. So. That's amazing. Yes, you do. But first.
But first.
Eat my butt. It's coming along. I still have to do a ZBrush pass on it, and materials and everything else, but put the basic statue in there at least.
Okay. This might be good enough. Let's see. Ship it. All right, cool. Check that in.
We're testing the build. I didn't know if you wanted to give feedback, but it's your call.
And the hit reactions are pretty cool.
Oh. Whoa! Where did he go? Going.
How's the water fill rate? Does it feel right or too slow or?
Might be too slow.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
This
those
is
screen
just
space
chaos.
reflections.
How did those work out?
They worked out great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team is amazing.
Okay, so are there more features you're going to try to cram in at the last minute
No,
tomorrow?
no.
Or what's tomorrow going to be?
Well, oh, that's not true actually. Matt's trying to implement like a turtling mechanic where if you get hit hard enough, you like turtle up into your thing and you're stunned. It's like a stun state. So that's like the last thing, and we need to really be testing multiplayer and trying to get through some bugs because we have some pretty hefty bugs in multiplayer still.
You haven't been able to complete the loop yet.
Yeah, we haven't been able to actually play a full game with 8 people. So that's tomorrow. We really need to do that. Yeah, I think we're running into like just not enough team members at any one moment to test it. And like today, the pizza came like right as we started testing, so that was like, we're not getting anybody else in this. And fair.
This one's okay because I can reach out here, but for this I'm going to punch somebody.
Hey.
Hello.
Yay!
It's a little off.
You gonna play the game? All right, you have no idea what you're doing.
It's a little ridiculous.
How's it going?
Are you selling movie tickets?
Wait, who's buying?
One for no idea.
Yeah. So, well, where did you go? What was your trip?
So I was at, I was cheating on this jam with another jam, although I did not actually do game jams. They asked me to speak at Nordic Game Jam in Denmark. And it was really awesome. I got to, I think I had a talk about simulation games, in particular Dear Leader, which was an Amnesia Fortnight from 2014. And the last one that we ever did. So it was just like about how the design process of that and stuff like that. No, I mean, I felt kind of bad that I left the team, you know, and then they can, and maybe having one more person might have helped at least, you know, get more stuff in the game and stuff. So I feel a little bit bad about it, but at the same time, the event was planned before I knew when Amnesia Fortnight was, so I just, you know, it was a little bit out of my hands.
We have 2 days left. We want to mostly spend that on things that will make the game more clear to players and stuff that's just like missing or broken. So Anna, I think we're going to blind test you a little on this. So we're going to pretend that we don't really know what's going on. So if the stuff is too confusing and you're like, I have no idea, I really have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's kind of ideal to have someone who like heard what we wanted it to be at the beginning and then left and then came back at the end, you know, right about where it was play testable.
Oh my god.
So in the opening space, things are a little too far out. It's like they're just outside in this map, they're a little outside the chaperone area.
Okay, move the trees
We need
in.
to condense a little bit.
Stop stroking that pickle.
Okay, who are you? Where are you? What are you supposed to do? Describe what you see to help us figure it out.
I have little cute gloves on my hands. And
where are you?
I'm in the room. There's a turtle and like a little terrarium over here. Should I pick up the turtle? I can do that. Yeah, here we go. I have the turtle in my hand now.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on the bed. There's a little little toy girl sleeping on the bed.
Okay.
Should I wake her up?
I don't know. What do you think you should do there?
I'm gonna pick her up. Whoa. Okay. There's also a rat. Oh.
All right. Yeah.
Rabbit. Okay.
Too late.
I did the wrong thing.
Yep. Okay. We have to make the fairy one a lot more obvious.
There's a button.
On the right of the left island. Right there. A little higher up.
Yeah, get
a little higher.
You gotta get in there.
Yeah,
you fell down.
Nice. Eat him. I can't reach him.
The floor is too low, I think.
He's rolling away from me.
No.
Oh no.
I inverted that box.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Oh yeah, there's no racket. No, try to knock it.
This is kind of
Try
intense.
what?
Check out an apple.
Is it embarrassing to like jump around and act weird in VR?
No. Not for me. Maybe I should feel embarrassed. I don't know. You guys have like some pretty damaging footage of me now.
Okay, button turn. Okay, faster. Okay, slower. A little faster.
Butter churn is in there though, right?
Butter Turn, the best minigame, is definitely in there. Yeah, the filthiest minigame we have.
Is that just to embarrass Tim on the last day? Is that what that is?
That's the whole game, is to embarrass Tim on the last day.
Your face is showing.
Hide your face.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
there.
there you go, okay.
All right, we want a puppet show.
Yeah,
Put in another puppet.
Yeah,
I need more puppets.
puppets.
Oh,
Ooh, all right, puppet show. All right, that needs some tuning. That needs some serious tuning.
I don't know. We're in good shape. The game needs a lot of iteration and polish, and it's going to get better very quickly. So definitely, the fact that we kind of slogged in the middle is going to affect the final result. Things went in, and they were terrible the first time they went in, and so now we're trying to just get them to like not be terrible. And I think if we just had one more day after that, we probably could improve stuff a lot more than we're going to be able to.
Wait, I can scale the head
Yeah,
down.
we need to move the head way down so it's basically at your chest.
Right.
All right, that was it.
All right, cool.
No, that was it for them.
Oh, yeah.
All right, where are you?
How are you feeling with a day left to go?
Okay.
Pretty good. I only tried it on the horns, and they're like kind of.
Do they flop down?
They're like, I don't think they're flopping. I think they're just off by 90 degrees. So
I'll see what's going on.
yeah. But I'll just show you the.
I might have to sync, but I do have this.
Oh, yeah, you'll need this. We just switched from like placeholder attachments to kind of more the actual attachments today. And for the most part, I'm able to spot the traits. At least on my playthrough where I was looking for durability, I was able to easily spot the ones that were sturdy versus the ones that were not.
So coming out of its head.
It'll be on its head.
Okay, well, it's not functioning as with physics, but I mean that actually, it's cool as a horn.
Yeah. Kind of tired though. It's been a long week. I've been trying to tune the genetic simulation to get kind of interesting behavior over a series of cycles. It's a challenging problem. I'm still not quite sure what the best approach on that is, but still playing with it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that, but like getting all of those things to feel right just takes a lot of iteration. Today I was tuning more the reproduction aspect of the game and the populations, and that one I was able to tune largely in the simulation tool, and so I kind of iterated on those numbers until I got roughly the start and end populations that I was hoping for. Last week I had one night where I was going to tune combat for like movement. I've got stamina, max stamina, stamina burn rate, walk speed, run speed. After setting each one, I would go and experiment with that particular feature and see if that felt okay, and then tune it a little bit up or down to kind of get the feeling that I wanted with it.
What makes something feel good, at least to you?
I don't know, like you want the thing to feel reactive, you want it to feel fair. So one problem I was having was the creature would get ready to attack me and I would try to run away from it, which I felt like I should be able to do, but it would still hurt me. And so I had to go and look and figure out what was the creature's damage radius and like adjust the damage radius to be small enough that I was able to get away. So the creature attack has kind of like 3 phases: crouches, pauses for a bit, lunges at you, and that lunge is what actually causes the damage. So as a player, when I see it crouch, I know it's time for me to back away. So I can tune the amount of time there is between the start of the crouch and when it lunges for me. So it's kind of a little loop of attack, back off, until you deplete itself.
And we can, if need be, we can just tune the values drastically one way or another and suddenly have the vacuum be extremely powerful, like give you unlimited sprint, or just reduce the map to like 10 meters squared and that's it. We can tune a lot of those values. We have one day to play test all that. That's the problem. I added a tracking ability to the game. Tracking, yes. You can see like the important creatures, or at least you can cycle per trait, and this is all very debug, right? But this is just to give an idea of like, okay, in this particular case, there are 4 speed creatures. Because like right now, for instance, I'm knowing where the creatures are. It's taking me this long to get to the creature. And oh yeah, this guy is a fast creature. You can tell because of the huge tail. Right now, just going towards one side of the map, not knowing if we're going to hit a slow or a fast creature when we're looking for that particular trait is frustrating. That I think right now is our biggest biggest issue. Like we do have ways of tuning the mutation so that your choices have an impact. What we need right now is to make sure that the user has a choice. Given to like right now, I have 60 seconds left. I have 5 pounds of food. I need to kill anything I see, and because I'm killing everything I see, then at that point I'm not really making a selection. I'm just playing randomly and letting the game pick for me, and that's the problem. Again, I think it's going to become more clear if we condense things a little bit. Right now, discovering the creatures is a hard part for me.
And it should rebuild the entire nav mesh.
I know it, but rebuilding the nav mesh without moving these guys, it just rebuilds it with those steps, and I don't know why. I expect that tomorrow and Wednesday I'll be wearing the same shirt, kind of thing. You know, I think you guys are going to find me very tired in the morning. Just
there's shirts in those cabinets, you know.
Yeah, but they're all XXL, you know. So I guess that'll be a tell if you just see me like wearing this huge Double Fine shirt, just like
from like Costume Quest or something.
Yeah, but there are very comfortable couches here, you know. So we'll see on Wednesday.
Okay.
Chad gets the lead.
Bye, Chad. Yep, I know what you mean.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Actually, I didn't really realize how late it was. That sucks.
How much time do you wish you had left?
14 months. If I had 14 months, I'd take everything I learned here and start again. But we'll do everything we can in one day, and we'll be done.
So cool. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night.
So, so the pick random spawn location. So get ground location below is in reality just project point of navigation, and this should make it basically be extremely lax. But that's because there is a nav mesh down there. There's a nav mesh down there. We're just gonna go very slowly.
What is it on?
Wait, is this a nav mesh or? Yeah. There it is. There it is. Look at this.
What's this surface?
It's underworld.
Also, you don't drink coffee.
What?
You don't drink coffee.
That's not true. Even if it wasn't true before, it definitely needs to be true now. Not that like other people didn't have work to do today, right? But we found out this morning that Ryan wasn't going to be able to make it in today for totally understandable reasons, like zero fault, like no blame, whatever. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing, but for me, just personally, like I felt like anytime I didn't know something or was sort of unsure about something, I could just quickly like look over to him and like ask, and like losing that was a little disorienting.
So that means anything you create at the time will go into that, and you're not up to date on that, so you won't be able to check it out.
Okay, I see.
So you need to close all this down, resync, then when that one is open, but just make sure that whatever you have that in is saved, whatever sub-level your stuff you moved.
I see. I already have so much stress, just completely independent of what anyone else is doing, from the fact that there's only a day left, that it's messing with my head a little bit. Okay, I'll find this, I'll send it to you, and then I'll keep working on the thing.
Cool.
What's going on, honestly?
It's not really a good time to talk, but basically it's just with Ryan being out today unexpectedly, we just have a little bit more, there was a little bit more work to do to like place all of the finished assets.
Okay.
So Ryan was sort of responsible for taking all of the completed stuff and putting them in like the level proper. Textures or materials that needed to be put in, VFX, stuff like that.
That's another thing too that Ryan was really great at, just because he has like a very strong multidisciplinary mind, and that's sort of the part that like I am lacking on.
And so that's kind of being taken over a bit by Asif for today. He's currently replacing the car wash white box with the big car wash machine that I finished last night.
That was the most complicated machine too, right?
Definitely the most complicated. I was up till 3. Yeah, this is the box that says, oh, the shrimp is here, please snap to the right spot. And pressing the button will shoot out the starch. And they're kind of like looking up at this, watching it go along. And if they press, the button is supposed to make it drop into the batter. And then the player needs to come and TK the shrimp off of the end here, place it in the fryer. There's a lot of potential there for like funny interactions of like, oh no, it's on fire, what have you done? But for this, we really need to focus on just like the core path for the player. You take it back out and it's either great or not so great, depending on how well you did that. So getting all those things working together was surprisingly difficult.
It's a lot. I'm asking a lot of everybody, and you know, we cut a ton of stuff over the last 2 weeks, and there's still a lot to do.
Well, is it mostly just sort of tweaking the gameplay experience at this point?
No, it's finishing the gameplay experience. It's crazy. It's like it's really, really, really hard to scope. I mean, you can know that you have 2 weeks and have a sense of like what it means to simplify, but I don't know. I mean, this is sort of the part where my inexperience is sort of catching up to me. I've done things today that like I just feel super guilty about.
But what sort of things?
I did something as a test real quick, and then that got checked in, and then like someone else started working on something already, and it was like, oh wait, no, I'm not actually done with that, and I like wasted someone else's time, and to me that's like the worst feeling. I like hate doing that, and like I've tried to do things to help out, to save other people time, and it ended up not saving them time. So like that just for me is personally like. And I'm sort of kicking myself for it a little bit.
Well,
so.
Yeah, let's see. But hopefully by tomorrow we can get that working, and then if we have free time, we can start thinking about all the other stuff. But we're not gonna.
Let's just not think about it. It's fine.
That's ridiculous.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to like. I don't know, do something that I thought was big and special while I had the opportunity, because all these people will go back to making games, and I never will. Yeah, we'll see where we get. I'm still super proud of what we have. So, yeah, I think I'm just excited to see what the reaction of people here will be when like they actually sit down and play it, and like. The doors open up and you look at the world that this team made. That'll be worth it. Yeah, I guess if you have anything else.
That's fine.
Okay.